So I think, like I said, you should be matured. You should have some basic things like you are employed. Employed doesn't mean necessarily you are working for somebody and earning pay. You can be a carpenter, do your own job, self-employed, and you are earning that which you can probably take care of yourself, and then the person you are bringing in. I think that is all you need. So these are the basics. The basics, not necessarily that you should own a car. You should no.
Okay, Uncle, talk about all these things that you mentioned.
You should also be yourself.
You should also be yourself. So it's like three things. You should be matured, and you should. The second thing you said was to
you should have
a very good
place to stay.
A place to stay,
and then your job.
And then a job.
Something that earns you an income.
And an income. So you should be matured, have a job. Job security matters a lot, and then you should have a place to stay. So should somebody be scared about getting married?
It depends on the individual.
Because I've had people who sort of have some of these things. In fact, I've seen people who live in their own place, like they earn a very good salary at the end of the day, or income at the end of the day. Yet, whenever the issue of marriage comes on the board, they shove it under the carpet.
Yeah, because they are not matured to enter it.
Would you necessarily say it is maturity?
Exactly, because you see, you can be matured in age, you can be matured physically to probably go and lay with somebody and give birth, but that's not marriage. We're talking about marriage here. So a lot of things go into marriage. Are you ready to take somebody in, take care of the person, and then do whatever married people are supposed to do? So for example, if you are to, let's say, give birth to somebody, are you ready to part with your money to pay school fees based on your employment? Maybe the money that you are earning, you can't enjoy whatever you are enjoying today if the child comes in. So you may have to compete or share whatever you have now with the child.
Okay.
Are you ready to? Because we have parents who will go and buy maybe cloth because they are attending funeral, and their children will be looking shabbily, how they are dressed. And they don't care.
This matter. Okay.
Or maybe your child, you have to buy diapers, and you don't want to spend money on diapers. You don't want to spend money on maybe infant formula if the child is not eating well and you have to supplement with some of these things. You are not ready to. So then how matured are you? Because it is also part of marriage. Children are product of marriage.
Uncle, is it not an issue
or
of
byproduct, let's say?
Is it an issue of more of a certain fear of commitment, or even because there have been instances I see one person who does very well. He even helps pay for other people's tuition and all that. But when it comes to his own decision of commitment to marriage, he shuns off. And a little background tells that the father and the mother were not too, they didn't have that rosy kind of marriage. So I think there's that phobia.
I get you. Commitment is equally part of
maturity.
Of maturity, yes, because you have people who are not married, but they are mature enough to just even take care of their parents. So the person, if the person goes into marriage, if I'm taking care of my parent, then I can also equally take care of whoever comes along. So that person will not have that fear to go into marriage, unless of course when it comes to marriage, maybe the person might be shy of ladies or will not be comfortable with the opposite sex and stuff like that. But then, if it is for not trying to be responsible or to be committed, then you are not mature.
Okay.
Because even your job needs commitment.
All right. So the young man needs to have too immature, needs to have a place and a regular sort of income or something, and also have to have a place to stay. All right. So, what should a young lady look out for in a man, or for? No, I think I'm not being fair to the guys. What should a woman also have?
All these things that we are talking about, they are for the individuals, for the two people to have those things. So if you're a lady, you should also equally have a place to stay.
Okay.
And then all those things. So that when you come together, a lot of things goes into coming together. You may come together and then assess yourself whether you're compatible, or what the counselors will tell you, temperament and all those things. Even go health-wise to check whether by blood type and all those things it is possible to give birth, stuff like that. If you want to, if you don't want to, then those things are. And also health-wise, maybe somebody has some disease, probably that is infectious, and then can be transmitted and will not help the other party. We should go medically check out and ensure that everybody is okay. Then we can go ahead and then talk about now commitment. In times past, all these things were not done, or were not trained, or were not taught. Most parents wouldn't teach their children that before you consider these things, these are the steps or things you should make sure you have them in place before. So most of us, we just get in there, make all the mistakes, then bounce back before we begin to learn from within. And that is very, very worrying. And that is why most marriages now are not going smoothly, just because some information we should have gotten before coming together, we did not.
Like,
I was discussing with a colleague last 2 days, and I told him that I wish men, before they enter marriage, should be schooled by some older men as to things they should do, things they shouldn't do, blah blah blah. As the women, most women get these things from their mothers. But most men don't get these things from their fathers.